What's happening, folks? It's Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back another amazing exclusive episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where we talk about all things pop culture, give our first reactions, unboxing toys, all sorts of good stuff, go into conventions, things like that. So if you love that kind of stuff and you're here right now, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. We did pass another milestone of 800 subscribers, so thank you. I know we got our 750 subscriber giveaway going on, as well as our October giveaway getting ready to wrap up. So we're on our way to 1,000 by the end of the year. But this episode, I just want to give you my recap and my final thoughts and my just some observations I had of TFCON Orlando 2023. And so I was there this last week, and currently I'm still in Florida right now, just taking a vacation with my family, well deserved. We went to Disney today, we went to Epcot, and we're getting ready to go to Hollywood Studios tomorrow, so having a blast. I'm vlogging some of that stuff, so you'll probably see those in future videos. But TFCon was one of the big reasons why I came. Well, the other big reason was my wife went on a cruise, and so she went on a cruise, I went to TFCon, so which is awesome. And I had my kids with me. So, but my parents live in. I digress. I was at TFCon, and so my plan for TFCon was I was going to vlog the entire experience, just show you front and back, do the panels, all sorts of stuff. Well, guess what? My plan fell through, because the moment I hit that show floor, I was like the kids when they first saw the room that had the chocolate river and all the candy and Willy Wonka. I just stopped. My jaw was open at all the amazing toys and all the amazing things, and I just went crazy. I just didn't know what to do with myself, and my camera, that I didn't know what to do with it. So here's what I've got from TFCon from a video footage standpoint. So here it is. Hey, what is happening, folks? It's Jimmy G in the place to be, walking out from my hotel room, getting ready to go to TFCon. So, and that was it. I got through my intro, and that was it. That's all I had. It was just like, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I've been to MegaCon, which is like pretty much about the third largest comic book convention in the United States in Orlando. I've been to smaller ones like Fanboy Expo, Smoky Mountain Fan Fest, YamaCon, things like that. So I was expecting like a Comic-Con environment. Not at all. This is this is just a specialized group of people who love Transformers and love to share that passion. And it was just so cool seeing all the stuff that was going on, and seeing a bit about seeing the show floor, seeing some of the actors and all the people that were there, and then all the vloggers that I follow from the YouTube channels like Patriot Prime and Kados and Bert the Stormtrooper and Deluxe, who's been my inspiration for this channel just because I love his genuine authenticity and just his, I would say he's kind of like me, just the awe and wonder and fun of toys. Sure, they may not be perfect, but you know what? Nothing is. And so that's what I love about his vlog, is it's just like, this is fun, this is great, this is awesome. And so they were all there. I got to say hey to some of them and things like that. So and it was really, you know, it was here's the problem with me. I can speak to you all on camera like this, no problem. I can speak to a large group of people. I did that for years, where I was a minister. I spoke to anywhere from 10 people to 1,000 people all at once, you know, and had a great time with that. And I can speak to a group of people and things like that. But when I am out in kind of a social environment, I get a little awkward. I kind of felt like when I was talking to Deluxe and Kados, I felt like Ricky Bobby with like, I don't know what to do with my hands, you know, and it just kept rising. I am the most awkward person in real life. So if you met me in real life, I would say, hey, you know, nice to meet you, nice to talk with you, and then I'd probably just stare and be like, I'm an introvert at heart, pretty much. That's me. But I can turn it on when I need to. And so I was not on when I talked to them, needless to say. But it was still great meeting them and meeting some of my inspirations for what I do now with my unboxings of my toys and things like that. And then just overall fun and having a good time. But I did get, I lied to you, I did get some more footage. So I'm just going to put a little montage of some of the toys and stuff like that I saw while I was there, and just some of the crowds. So montage here. Hopefully you saw some cool stuff and things that you're like, oh, I'd love to have that. I know I did see some things that I would really love to have. Now, one of the things, I did not get to go to any of the panels. I wish I did. With just the day, that Saturday being the first day of the con, that was the day I needed to drop my wife off at the port. And so when I came back, I was a little behind the 8 ball on some of this stuff, and I was exhausted. So I took a nap in my room a lot longer than I expected. So pro tip, make sure you put an alarm on, because I totally missed the third-party panel. Thank God someone recorded it so that I could watch it, because they announced Sea Spray. New Age announced the Sea Spray. And I know Fan Toys, we got some Devastators coming, y'all. We got some Devastators coming. Fan Toys, XTB, Mastermind Creations. Devastator is coming. Some of y'all may be like, how many more Devastators we need? Well, these, if they have the G1 aesthetic and their masterpiece, these things are going to be huge and they're going to be awesome. So I can't wait to see those. But from just all the stuff that I did, I really have 10 observations I want to give y'all, and I'll give them to y'all really quickly. I won't take too much more of your time. So the first thing is parking. So this was at the Doubletree SeaWorld. That's where it was at, and I stayed there on property. The problem was I had to leave to go to the port and then come back, and they oversold the parking on Saturday. It took me, I drove around and around and around probably for about 45 minutes to an hour, literally looking, waiting for someone to pull out so that I could park. Finally, I had to park illegally just so that I can try to get in before they let general admission in, to see if there was any more exclusives left. I had to park illegally. I ran into the convention hall. I was like, give me one of those. And then, do you have this? No, we're out. Do you have this? No, we're out. Do you have this one? Well, I got 2 left. And that's like, give me one of those. And so I had to park illegally, and I went back out, got in my car, drove around some more. Finally, someone pulled out, and I was finally able to get there. So parking, if I would say anything, and this is not TFCON's fault, this is, I would say, a Doubletree Orlando fault. They oversold the parking. There should have been maybe some satellite lots or something like that. There's a shopping center right across the street, but they had a 2-hour parking limit that they strictly enforced. But it would have been cool if they could have made a deal with them to kind of basically have a bit more parking, and that if you were staying at the hotel that you pretty much had priority. But yeah, they oversold that parking way too much. Friday's check-in was great on that, so parking, that's it. That's one of my bad. The venue was great. I thought the venue was amazing. I loved it. I thought it was a really nice area. It wasn't too big, wasn't too small. It was just right. I mean, the vendor hall was really nice. Now on Saturday it was a little crowded because that's when everyone showed up, but it was laid out really neat, real easy to kind of navigate. And I love that they took and they separated the artists and put them in a different kind of room, so that way you can either focus in on the vendors or you can focus in on the art, and so you didn't have them all mixed and matched in there. And I thought that was great. Some people may have thought it may have hurt the artists because you had to go to that separate room to get to them, but I really like that fact. I could see the pros of having the artists and the vendors all together, just because if I'm shopping and I may just be there for the toys, I may not necessarily go into the separate room for the artists, but if they were in the same thing, then I might see something and go, oh, I really like that. But you know what? Everyone was a fan of Transformers, so it was kind of cool. I'm sure it wasn't bad. I don't know if you were a vendor there, if you were an artist in the Artist Alley area. Maybe you can give your thoughts on how that was. Throw it in the comment if you're watching this. I love the exclusives. So they had 4 exclusives, and so they had the one from Chosen Prime and Fans Toys or Fans Hobby, and that was the Marksman, and I'll put a picture of it up here, which I'll be doing a review on later, which I loved it. I thought it looked great. It goes along with their Huntsman exclusive that they had that I wish I could have got, but it sold, I wasn't able to because I didn't attend that con. But the Marksman one looks really great. I love the F-16 kind of jet look there, and the colors are phenomenal. And then they had the, I like to call it the Black Lion tape. The ages 3 and up and Toy Dojo booth had 2 exclusives, and that was the Black Lion tape, and then they had the Joker bot, or Severed Grin, which I did a review on. Put a link to that up below too as well. Both of those bots look great. I was able to pick up Marksman and Severed Grin right there at the con. The Black Lion tape was sold out, and so I was bummed. But the good news is I found out in the middle of the last day that ages 3 and up was going to have more for pre-order on their website. So I was able to order that. So if you wanted to get that Black Lion tape or the Severed Grin, I'll throw a link to their website, so that way you can get those exclusives, because they looked awesome. And the reason why I call it the Black Lion, it looks like the Voltron Black Lion pretty much. Some people say it's like the Shattered Glass like Ravage or something like that, but no, I think it looks just like the Black Lion from Voltron, even though it converted to a tape, and I believe would fit really great with the Fans Toys Soundwave or Blaster, for that fact, whichever one you want to use with that. And then the last exclusive was from TF Source and from Make Toys, and that was Slip Swarm, which is which was a remold of like Thrust, and it's got some really cool colors, and you can see the picture of that. that was sold out too. But the good news is they were available on their website, so I did order it. I accidentally ordered 2, so I have 2 coming, so I might end up doing one as a giveaway. I might see if I can return it. I don't know. We'll see what I can do. You tell me what you want me to do. Most of y'all probably say, give it away, Jimmy. But it was, you know, a lot of money. So like, for example, Marksman was 150. Slip Swarm was 159, and the tape was $100 when I ordered it, and the Joker bot was $100 too as well. So the exclusives weren't cheap by any means, but they were the only place you can get them. So I thought the exclusives were really good. Number 3, the next time I go, I'm going to make sure I order the premium badge as early as I can. And the main reason why is because you have early access the night before to the exclusives, which I showed up the night before, and the bad part is I bought my badge too late, so I could only get the weekend admission badge. But man, I would have loved to have that premium so I could have gotten some of those things and got that out of the way so that I could have just spent my time just really enjoying the rest of the convention and not like being a frantic going, oh my gosh, am I going to get these exclusives? The other things you got was like early access to the dealer hall and stuff like that too as well. During the priority access to the dealer hall on Saturday. So those are the things. Now, one of the things I wish the premium access had would be like kind of like what the VIPs do, is that you have front of the line access to the guests and maybe priority seating to the panels, which is really, really great. That's one of the reasons why I do a lot of times go VIP at cons, is so that I can get that priority access to the panel, so that way I can film some of them to show y'all, like the Dragon Ball Z one. That was a really good one, or some of the ones that I've gotten, like the Demon Slayer one. I was pretty much right there. But that's one of the things I wish the premium access. So TFCON, if you were to do something different, maybe the premium tier includes like priority access to the panels and, you know, front of the line access to the guests and stuff like that too as well. I think that would be great. But next time I'm going to go premium, and I think the premium badge was just like $100 more to be able to have that access. And I wouldn't say it was the greatest of value just to get the exclusives. I mean, if that's what you're there for, but I think it'd be even more valuable if you could add a few of those things in there too as well. And you can even charge a little bit more, you know, for that VIP. You could charge probably $150 to $200 for a like VIP access to that kind of stuff. Number 5, and this is at any convention you go to, but it seems like the more specialized the convention get, the stronger this one is. The body odor. Woo! I am telling you right now, Florida is known to have roaches and stuff like that, but there was not a bug in sight in that convention because the body funk was strong to keep them away. I know it's a joke, but in all seriousness, if you go to the conventions, just bring some deodorant, wear some deodorant, things like that. I get we're excited, we're there to see some cool stuff, but man, and I get it gets hot. I can tell you right now, it gets hot in those convention halls and stuff, and so I always bring my deodorant, and I bring it with me on the convention hall to kind of give me that second freshen up, or if I'm staying in the hotel that's really close, I'll go back and freshen up a little bit and come back. But I can tell you that, woo! Dang, that's all I got to say on that. So number 6, the guests were awesome. I really loved. We had the voice of Bumblebee, the voice of Optimus Primal or Armada Prime, voice of Rhinox, and then Victor, I forgot his last name, but the original narrator from G1, he was like your grandpa, man. He was the nicest person in the entire world. Just amazing, and I hope he gets invited to more cons. I mean, just an icon, because when you hear that voice, you know, in the year 1985 or in the year 2005 on Cybertron, you know, when you hear, he can do it. I can't do it. When you hear that voice, he was that narrator for the 80s. He was just amazing at it. There were some great comic guests and things like that too. I wish there was a couple more voice actors there, but I get it. Sometimes they just can't make it. There's a lot of conventions that do go on in October. But I think the guests were awesome. I got Bumblebee's autograph. I got the Optimus Primal autographs. I've got a couple to give away at the 1,000 giveaway, so be on the lookout for that. And then, the other thing, there was lots of merchandise. A lot of people found their grails, the things that we're looking for. I didn't really have a grail that I was looking for this time. I just didn't know what to expect. And so, but there was a lot of merchandise, G1, G2, Beast Wars, Beast Machines, all the way up to Legacy, third party, knockoffs, you name it, it was there. And so if you are a fan, or if you're looking for a certain toy, there were bins you can dig through, there were loose bins, there were people that had mods that you can put for your transfers. There was even 3D printed. There was a 3D printed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle van bot, which was really, really cool, by this great company. I forgot what their name was, but it looked really, really awesome. They also had these bots called the Last of the Seekers that looked really awesome too as well. And then Chosen Prime was there, TF Source was there, ages 3 and up was there. So those were like your major vendors that were there that you can kind of go with. And the cool thing is you could trade with them or things like that if you had those too as well. But lots of Transformers merchandise there. And that brings me to my 8th point, is trading. I've been to conventions before, and I know it goes on, but it really goes on prevalent in this. I mean, in the lobby of the hotel, people were saying, hey, come to my room if you want to trade this stuff. It was just all out. Like, people were just trading back and forth. It was just this cool community of everyone just kind of like, it was almost like if you had your baseball cards and you're like, I have 3 Babe Ruths and to your 1 Mickey Mantle or whatever. I don't know. So you're like, man, if you had 3 Babe Ruths, what are you doing talking on this? I get it, right? I don't have 3 Babe Ruths. I have 3 Baby Ruths, which are amazing, and they will give you diabetes. But there was a lot of trading going on, and that was what's really cool. Is there'd be people walking by and it'd just be holding stuff, and it looked like they were pushing drugs. Like, hey, come here. You want to buy a shattered glass Rodimus? Huh? It's just, that's what it kind of felt like a little bit. It's like, do I just pass you money, slowly? Do we do like the secret handshake, and then you kind of just drop that in a paper bag somewhere, and I just go pick it up later? But there was a lot of really trading, really cool stuff there. The 9th thing, and then I got one more after that, is the Sunday lineup panels. I don't think were as good as the Saturday lineup. I think it'd be cool if you could mix that up. I get there's a lot of flights that go out on Sunday, but this is like every convention I've gone to, the Sunday lineup panel typically isn't as strong. I think if you want to keep people there, if I was a convention organizer, then I want to keep people there, because the idea is to keep people there and to kind of, as a vendor, to keep people there spending money possibly too as well. Then I would see about how I can get some bigger kind of stars. Now, there were not to say that there wasn't any good lineups. Like, they had the YouTube panel, which is really cool, with Patriot Prime and a bunch of those guys. But yeah, the Sunday lineup just wasn't as strong as, say, Saturday, where they did the third-party panel and they had the voice actors go up and all that kind of stuff too as well. I think it could have been a little bit stronger on Sunday. And then Friday night, there wasn't as much to do either, which sometimes it'd be cool to have a kickoff or an after party or something like that. And maybe with the VIP, maybe it's a VIP party, right? But Sunday lineup wasn't as good. And last but not least, and this is something that I learned, because I blew it, is you will need a budget and you need to stick to it. Because I will tell you this, if I could have took everything home, I would have. But I initially was like, I'm only going to spend $500. I will not tell you how much over budget I went at this convention, because anyway, I might be sleeping on the couch for a little bit or things like that, but I would say just kind of think about your budget, think about what you're looking for. So if you're looking for a grail that's going to cost you a lot, so you may want to budget that into your thing. And don't be afraid to negotiate prices and things like that with vendors and stuff like that. Now, with the bigger vendors like Chosen Prime or TF Source and things like that, there's not really much negotiation on price, but you can negotiate on your trade-ins. So if you have anything you wanted to trade, you can negotiate kind of like what you want to take versus what they want to give you. But yeah, have a budget. If you're going to have $500, maybe keep you a buffer, knowing that $700 is your limit. $500 is what you want to spend. So that's something that I learned on that. And point number 11, it was a blast. I had a great time. On a scale of good, bad, awesome, I thought it was awesome. For my first TFCON, definitely not my last TFCON, I thought it was an amazing convention, and just a lot of really fun stuff to do. So that's my thoughts on TFCON 2023 Orlando. And so I did record this video of my haul and my final saying. So I'm going to leave you with that. So we'll talk to you later. Well, I lied. I'm back. You know why? Because that video I had of my ending and stuff that for my other vlog, corrupted, can't use it. So I will just kind of tell you all really quickly some of the things that I got. You may have seen the picture already, but let me just kind of show you all the good stuff. And so let me find my photo. Jimmy, you should be more prepared. I gotta get past all my Legoland photos and stuff like that. So a few things that I got. So of course I got the two of the exclusives there. I got the Severed Grin bot and the Marksman bot. Then I picked up some Fans Hobby bots. I got Ace Hitter, the Wheel Blade, which was a TFCon exclusive, which is cool. It's Wind Blade, but a car version. And then Flamebreaker. And the reason why I picked up Ace Hitter and Flamebreaker is because I'm trying to complete my Super God Master Force collection there. And I've got Double Agent, so my double dealer. I got an Iron Factory Wind Blade. And then I got my 4 Samurai Iron Factory ones that includes Ratchet. It includes Lockdown, Prowl, and I forgot what the last one was. I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, Inferno. And then I got the Pangu Toys Iron Face Commander, which is a Leo Prime. That I think looks cool. I also got Magic Square's Blaster, and then the Voltron Action Toys Voltron, which is kind of a chibi style Voltron vehicle Voltron. So that was my haul from TFCon. So lots of videos to come up of the unboxings of that, and you've already seen the one of Severed Grin, so that's really cool. But that is it. That's my final thoughts on that. I had a great time. So if you are ever in the area, I know they got one coming up in Los Angeles, and then they announced the one in Baltimore. I might try to see if I can make the Baltimore one. I gotta just convince the good old wife about making that happen, but it'll happen. I think it will, maybe. And then maybe I'll do a full vlog of the con and not get so distracted at stuff. So, but in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.